Everybody, Keith here again. I've got a couple of repots to do. I was doing my watering routine. I normally do that on a Monday or Tuesday, but this week we've been, or a Monday rather, this week we've been busy running around, so it's ended up being Tuesday. I got round to this one, which is a little Dendrobium Hamana Lake Kumi, which I bought at the Bournemouth show last March, so almost a year ago. And it's settled down and it's putting up a new growth. The problem is, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, something has been taking bites out of the leaves, especially that one. So there's something not right. Now I'm looking at this and there's at least 3-4 leaves that have been attacked. I've just had this focus, you devil. I've just had this in soaking in water, in the hope that whatever it was would come out and show itself, so I could get away without repotting it, but nothing's emerged. So this is going to have to be taken out and repotted. The other thing about it is it's in that Westland compost, which I don't find particularly brilliant if the whole pot is with it, although this seems to have roots going down, and so we've got this new growth. So hopefully I'm going to find that there are viable roots in here, but I definitely need to have it all out and have a look and see if I can find what we've got. Now, yes, we've got some good roots and they're coming from all over the plant, so that in itself is obviously good news. Some good roots, really nice roots on this, and they've come from the back of the plant as well as from up by the front, so that is great. I'm not going to go too mad because I don't want to upset it, but I have got to go through it very carefully and have a look, and probably I think I'm going to have to get it under the tap, and when I've got it something like, I'm going to have to spray it with some hydrogen peroxide. There's nothing obvious down here, but I'm very surprised and really very pleased with the way those roots have gone. They're obviously happy enough, they're coming down far enough that it's been draining the water out of the bottom of the pot, but still when I put it back, I'm going to try to get it to drain even better, because being a Dendrobium, they really don't like wet feet, so we'll try that. So, right, under the tap, a spray with some hydrogen peroxide, and then I'll just whack it back in the pot. The second one is the one that may or may not be Stirbic Red. We've got roots down to the bottom of it. Again, it's in this Westland compost. What's worrying me is the last time I looked at it, the two new growths which were coming had both rotted off. So there's something that's not quite right in the top of here, and there's no sign of any further new growths. So I need to have that out just to have a look what's in the pot. So for now I'll concentrate on the Dendrobium, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, back again. I've sprayed the, I've cleaned up the jar. I've cleaned up the roots, and the roots look great. I've not even thought about trimming them, because as far as I can see there's very, very few in there that are bad. They all look pretty good. Sorry if this is a slightly weird colour. It's it's under artificial light, so that's not great. I'm going to spray it now with hydrogen peroxide, and then I'm going to prep the give it a really good spray all over, because I think anything that's little bit of fizzing, not an awful lot, but I think I need to make sure that every part of this has had some and that any eggs or anything like that that's managed to get past me will get its comeuppance, shall we say. Right, I'll put this back in the original bottle and see whether that's still fizzing, because it wasn't fizzing very much. No, it isn't fizzing very much. It should mean, because this hydrogen peroxide is not that old, that everything, no, it's still fizzing gently. So I'll come back again in a few minutes. There's no point sitting about waiting for that to stop. Okay, the hydrogen peroxide is almost finished fizzing. I think it'll be fine at that. I'm going to do what I've done with the previous few repots that have involved the Westland compost, and I'm going to put a layer in the bottom of plain medium bark, and that will make sure it drains. And I'm not too concerned about that. It seems to quite like the bark pieces. It was getting hold of them in the old medium, so now I'm just going to put some more of this Westland stuff around the actual roots. I will do if it'll stay still long enough in the pot. It still feels wrong when you're pushing away at a pot and you can hear all kinds of crunching noises and things coming out of it, and yet all the experts tell me that that's the bark moving against each other, and it's really not the roots. You're just packing it in and making sure it's going all the way around. At least that's a bit more stable than it was. So that stake, broke it. Okay, so looks like we're starting again. Okay. job second time round. It's a typical Dendrobium with very tall canes, so it's quite unstable to start with whenever you do a repot. Most of these tall Dendrobiums become unstable. I'm sure there's some kind of mechanical engineering explanation for it, which is what I started off at many years ago. I don't think Euler's buckling theory's got an awful lot to do with this, so let's try again and see if I can persuade that stake to go in without breaking. And we need that long one because that's got to pick up all of these like so. And then I had a shorter one that was holding these more upright. Put that in there, and that will almost do the job on its own without the need to be taped up. So now all I need to do with that is give it some water. Okay, pot number 2, and very much a case of what's in my pot. Stick the label back in the Dendrobium. This is one that, according to the company that's the wholesalers that supplied it in the first place, which was Inca, this is Stirbic Red. It's exactly the one that Roger's got, which is identified as something completely different than Aliceara. So I still call it Stirbic Red, but with a question mark. And I'm going to have to make a note and do some checking up of my own. Bought this from a friend of mine who keeps a market stall. You'll have seen me repot this once before. Just after I got it, and it's reflowered. I haven't got any new growths, so it's possible I'm making a major mistake in doing this. But I want to try and have a look and see what state the roots are in. And the answer is not bad, but not brilliant. Some that have had it, some that aren't very good but are branching. You can see down that one. So the root system is active, but it's the same old tale as far as I can see with this Westland medium. The first bag of it that I bought was lovely. It was really nice. Medium bark and ceramis, absolutely fine. This second bag hasn't been so good. And what appears to have happened is you've got some finer bark in it, and it's gone right down to a sort of a peaty material. And that's all very well and good, but if you have this Westland stuff all the way down to the bottom of the pot, that peaty stuff sort of gathers down at the bottom, and it screws up the drainage. And to my mind, looking at where the majority of the roots are and how it was lying in the pot, I think exactly the same's happened with that. Again, yeah, there's all the small stuff, how well you can see that, down in the bottom of that pot. So, yet again, I'm going to go and rinse that pot out and come back. It's a nice air cone pot. So, ideally you do want lots of ventilation through that, but if I've got, you know, half a pot of bark in the bottom of that, I think it'll do a lot better. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, I think we're ready to go. Exactly the same again, I think. A big handful of bark in the bottom, so that that peaty stuff can't clog anything. That can then go into the top of there. And really now all I've got to do is try and decide whether I'm going to use more of that Westland stuff, or whether to try this one in bark, because the roots on this don't really seem to be as happy in it as the little Dendrobium was. So I'm going to change tack, and instead I'm going to use bark. Push on under there. See what we can make of this. Because I've got a couple of plants to show you at the end of this, and one of them is another one of these, which I won in a raffle at the recent East Midlands Orchid Society meeting. If it was in a shop, I wouldn't have gone anywhere near it. I'm being absolutely honest. It was some of our members are able to get old stock plants for things like our raffles, if we're a bit shy on prizes. And this one is the kind of thing you would see on any garden centre reject table, or, you know, past their sell-by date table, out of flower and not looking very wonderful at all. But that's pretty well tucked in, I think. So that's now been changed into bark, completely into bark. And so if I put that in down the middle, upside down, pretty like that, and then strap that to it, we should be absolutely ready to go. Don't think it needs to be very tightly wrapped, it just needs to be stabilised. So right, that's the two plants done. I've got a feeling that might be a little bit high in the pot, but we'll see. Okay, a couple of plants that I want to show you before I sign off. One is this one, a little kingianum type Dendrobium. Bought this at the East Midlands meeting as well. The chap selling it said he used to know what it was, but he lost the label, and we've heard that story before, haven't we, boys and girls? One of our judges thinks it is one of the variations of kingianum. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know whether it's going to focus on that flower. It's opened up a little bit since I got it. But I said that I managed to reflower Berryoda, and he said, yeah, treat that very similar and you should be absolutely fine. So I'm really hopeful that I can get that going, because I think in a few years' time, if I can make that grow, that'll be doing well. Now, this is the raffle prize, and pardon the really horrible lighting. I mean, all we've got, I'm afraid, is the lights above this table, because it's 5 o'clock at night, it's pitch black basically outside. The pseudo bulbs are very badly wrinkled. I've no idea what state the roots are in. It's in that horrible cocoa peat. But as there's no signs of any new growth and no likelihood of any roots, if I'm not careful, as Martin Spiker said on Roger's orchids forum page when I posted an image of this, if you're not careful, you'll end up with no viable roots, no new growth, no nothing. Leave it be. See if there's anything working underneath, because one of my twinkles was in a worse state than that, but the roots managed to keep it going, and once it had put out some new growths, that was it. Now, this is from Inca, the same as the other one. The label on this one says Odontoglossum. Now, it isn't, it's a hybrid, but I think it's probably got quite a lot of Odontoglossum in it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll treat it the same. If this one I've just repotted, you know, sort of seems to be doing all right with the in bark, then that's how I'll move that one on as and when the need arises. But I hope that's been a little bit of interest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.